The end of the tournament power draws near, and we have a theory here for you guys today that may just tickle your fancies as to who may win this tournament and why. How are you guys doing today? It's Super Saiyan Paul, and it's also joined by Unreal and Timmy Game.
What's up, everybody?
We have a theory here as to who may be the unlikely candidate to win the Tournament of Power. Now, at the very start of it all, what we notice is that the Grand Prix specifically said that even an unconscious fighter could win the Tournament of Power. At the time of this recording, we just witnessed episode 125. We're moving onwards to episode 126, and the Tournament of Power ends on episode 131. There are currently 4 fighters left in the ring for Universe 7, and 2 from the Pride Troopers, being Jiren and Toppo. Now, with that being said, one of our 4 fighters, being Frieza, is unconscious at the very edge of the ring. There's only 5 minutes left. We're not sure if he has that much fight left in him, and he's just chilling there. I'm not even sure if they made it aware that he's just not out of the ring yet, but Toppo, Android 17, Jiren, Goku, and Vegeta are like the last 5 active fighters in here, and we have a feeling that 17's gonna get ringed out because he's the least popular out of the 4 from Universe 7, and with Toppo, Vegeta, Jiren, and Goku, those 4 are going to clash, and we don't know exactly who's going to walk out of the ring just right after that. We don't know the results of those fights, but what we do know is that it's probably going to come down to Goku and Jiren. Frieza's still unconscious there. Do we know if Goku's going to beat Jiren straight out, or will it be a stalemate, and Frieza may just end up becoming the deciding factor as to what may happen in that final fight? Is he going to stay unconscious in the next 5 minutes and be the unconscious body that wins Universe 7, the tournament, in the most weirdest of ways, or is he going to actually jump and spring into action just like Vegeta did in the Cell arc, where it was the final father-son Kamehameha and Vegeta came out of nowhere and blasted Cell, caught him off guard, and that's where Gohan took the win? Is that exactly what's going to go down here with Goku and Jiren? I don't think Frieza's going to come back for the rest of the fight with Toppo. They have Vegeta and 17 to deal with him at this point, but 17, I have a feeling, is going to get ringed out. What do you think, Alex?
I definitely feel like 17's gonna get rung out because I don't think that it's for him. It's not like we're crapping on the character or we hate the character. I just feel like there's no purpose for him anymore. And it makes sense because now it's really down to the strongest fighters. And whether or not you want to look at Frieza a certain way, he is one of the strongest fighters there. If anything, arguably the 3rd strongest fighter from Universe number 7. Even though right now he's rendered immobile, I still feel like he's gonna serve his purpose as we progress on forward. So in terms of, you know, like the scenario of Frieza winning, it's very likely because Frieza's not dead. I mean, technically he is, but he's not dead. I mean, he hasn't died again. He isn't rung out from the tournament. So I feel like right now he's possibly either knocked out or maybe he just has no energy to continue. But at some given point, there is a likely scenario of Frieza jumping in when you least expect it to do something very unexpected to somebody in terms of getting the victory for Universe 7. Does that mean that he can help assist somebody in their fight with Toppo? Does that mean that he can assist somebody in their fight with Jiren? It's likely. And for me, I think that, like you just said, maybe he has nothing left, but I do feel like there's still some gas left in the tank. And with that being said, I think that we haven't truly seen the full utilization of Golden Frieza yet. I think that at some point he will recover, and at some given point, we are going to see Frieza regain momentary, consciousness for him to continue. Does that mean that he could win? If Goku fights Jiren at the very end, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, it's just down to Goku, Frieza, and Jiren. If Frieza allows Goku to bang it out with Jiren, I can definitely see a situation occurring to where, Frieza can just sneak up on 2 very, tired and drained characters. If UI Goku is going to push Jiren enough to allow him to get that tired, I can see, a tired Goku and a tired Jiren being taken advantage of by Frieza as he throws them both out. So I think that it is likely for him to win this, even though many people are going to say, well, what would happen if he does win? I mean, that's the $1 million question. It's like, okay, he does win, what then? That's a surprise. It's very unexpected because you really wouldn't know what to expect from a character like this. So I feel like once Frieza is put in that situation again, which he will be, I don't think that he's going to sit this one out all the way through. Once it's time for Frieza to step it up and re-emerge, I think that when he does, it's either going to be as a blindside to throw somebody out when they least expect it, or he's going to aid them momentarily, like in the act of like either feeding them energy or something, just to establish himself that, listen, I'm here and I'm going to do whatever it is I need to do to solidify my position.
I honestly have a feeling that Frieza may just be, it might just be Goku and Frieza as the last two fighters from Universe 7. And I also have a feeling that it's even stronger now because I have a feeling that after Android 17 gets ringed out, I have a feeling it's going to be Vegeta. Because even if Frieza wakes up in these next 5 minutes and manages to help take out Toppo, he's still in the ring with Jiren and all of them at the end there. So he's going to have to, no matter what you say, at this point, even though he's unconscious, it's confirmed that he's probably going to be in the last like minute of the tournament, and he's going to be one of the major factors there because you wouldn't just keep him there for no reason. And I also say we've barely seen anything from Golden Frieza in this tournament. I feel like next to nothing from that. So they need to highlight Golden Frieza. They need to highlight the new Ultra Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta form, and Android 17's already like done his course, so that's all out of the way. UI Goku needs to be pushed to its limit. It's gonna basically be either Goku and Frieza versus Jiren, or just Frieza being the winner because he's still unconscious and Goku and Jiren take care of each other. And then maybe he ends up using the wish in a very, very unlikely scenario where he might have just had a turning point in character development. Maybe after everything they've been through in Dragon Ball Super, Frieza's finally come to terms with, you know what, I fought alongside you guys and I'm finally a good guy.
I mean, but do you see Frieza even being redeemed to begin with? I don't see him ever being redeemed. I think that as a warrior, I mean, surely he does provide substance, but I feel like as a character, he's always going to be true to himself. I always feel like he will never accept, I think, help from the Saiyans. I still think that he hates everybody deep down. But is it likely for him to just low-key come out the blue and, you know, do a sneak attack or something to where he can actually get someone off guard and you know, taking that to his advantage? Yeah, I could definitely see, you know, Frieza creeping up on someone like Toppo or maybe Jiren if the opportunity were to present itself. But I feel like, is it likely for him to win? Only, I mean this, only if Goku and Jiren tire each other out to the point where you know that they're probably running low on fuel and they have nothing left. Only then can I see Frieza sneaking in there and just capitalizing on a victory.
It's either that or they're going to pull a Goku versus Pikkon type of thing and they both ring each other out at the same time and Frieza wins by default. But I wouldn't put it past it that they end up draining each other's energy because this fight's going to come down to the wire. They don't have that much time left, but they got to exhaust everything that they have. Goku's been exhausted for too long, has been saving up his energy. That new UI form, or when you see in the promotional posters with him his shirts being ripped off and everything, he's going to show us the full extent of everything, exhaust that, and show us that it matches up with Jiren, and hopefully that's going to end up in something really, really interesting happening here. But most unlikely scenario here is that Vegeta survives and like he ends up having some part in that, which I don't think so. I have a feeling that Frieza's gonna have priority over the win in terms of anything. So it's Goku and Vegeta being the candidate. I mean, Goku and Frieza being the candidates for winning this tournament in my eyes.
I think it's likely because with this desperate blow that Vegeta's gonna be unleashing, or the desperate move, I think that it's bound to be it. I mean, depending on what happens, because he's obviously fighting someone who is a candidate to be a god. That speaks for itself. So I just firmly believe that in some way, shape, or form, Vegeta's gonna give it his all, and whatever ends up being the result of his fight with Toppo is gonna be that. But I still see Frieza staying in there. I don't see Frieza getting wrong at all. I mean, I think that there's still more for him to prove, even if it means by the end, if he's still in the ring and he at least provides energy to Goku, that would be something very, very interesting to see if Frieza would be willing enough to even assist Goku while he's fighting Jiren at the very end. So either way, I see him sticking around. I don't see Frieza, you know, getting wrung out anytime soon.
If he does give Goku energy, I would have rather that be the only time he gave Goku energy, not like right after the whole first fight happened. I wish that would have never happened at all with him giving Goku the energy from Frieza anyway, because it kind of like downplays if he does it again, in my opinion. I just don't feel like he should have been doing it twice. I don't know, that would feel rushed to me, like rushed writing. But I would want, that's what I would have liked to happen in this final dramatic battle, like the two of them just putting aside the differences, and now he gives him the energy, not like before where he was
because at this point it's like they don't really have a choice, because you're fighting arguably someone that hasn't even tapped power yet. Do you not know how scary that is? I mean, they've been fighting Jiren this entire time, and you don't even know what man is capable of yet. He's still been heavily suppressed. He's fighting both Kaioken Goku and this new level of Vegeta casually. That's terrifying. So I whatever he has hidden, it's gonna manifest at some point, and when it does, boy, let me tell you, man, it's gonna be something.
Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe to Alex's channel, Unreal Entertainment Gaming. Link will be in the description. Also, subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications, and like the video if you guys can. Comment down below with your thoughts and opinions on how this tournament's going to end. Who do you guys think is going to win this tournament? Who do you guys think is going to be eliminated? Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned. Peace.
Nice.